Today, I'm gonna be talking about how my video production business makes money, and I'm gonna break it down in a second, all right? So I'm Jack, welcome to my channel. I produce daily content based around video editing, videography, and how to make money making videos. Subscribe if that sounds interesting to you. Basically, the short answer of how my video production business makes money is MSI, multiple sources of income. I've been a full-time video creator for 2.5 years since April or March of 2017, so nearly 3 years. And the whole reason is because I've had 3 sources of income. So maybe one month source A wasn't paying very well, but source B was. Maybe the next month source C was paying the most and source A and B were both slacking. And I'll get into the sources in a second, right? Essentially, MSI is how I've been able to sustain myself as a full-time video creator for the past nearly 3 years and, fucking pay rent, contribute to my mom's rent. Just got myself a new flat in London, which is relatively expensive, as you might guess, right? And pretty much the 3 sources are freelance remote video editing on the internet through Upwork, my favorite freelance site basically. Videography, so freelance videography, shooting videos for businesses, doing event recap videos where I go to a nightclub or a venue and film that and basically do a recap and do a highlight video for them. I basically touched so many different projects, maybe music videos it could be filming in a gym, right, doing a gym promo video, whatever the case may be. And the third income stream, monetizing content on the internet through YouTube. YouTube, that's really paid me in the past 6 months. There was little checks coming in, £100 here, £400 here, whatever the case may be. But the YouTube money has gotten significant really only in the past 6 months, right? So the 2 streams were the freelance remote video editing and videography, shooting videos for small businesses, essentially. Those were like the 2 killers to start with, right? So I started this properly when I was 18 years old. 2017 had just come around. It was in 2017. And I started filming nightclubs at the start of 2017. So freelance videography was kind of the first one that started playing up because I'd had a relative track record with the filming already, right? I started a channel called TQ9 TV, which has now progressed into my production company, TQ9 Media. But when I was 16 years old, I think I was 16 or I might have been 17, I forget. No, I was 17. And I started a channel called TQ9 TV with my friends, and basically what we would do is we would pop up on different rappers in my area, and it was like a trade. We film you a free video, but we get to put it on our channel. And we built up a significant Facebook following of just under 2,000 likes. We built up a YouTube following of about 600 different subscribers or whatever, and it made waves in the southwest of England. It was a relatively big channel down there, right? So essentially, that was my background, right? And 2017 comes around, and I get my homie Noah, who he had the camera. I didn't even own a camera at this point. And I said, Noah, let's start filming nightclubs. I'm gonna get the bookings. You bring the camera. We're gonna split the money. So we started doing that at the start of 2017 when I've been 18 for about 4 months, 3 months, 4 months. I turned 18 in September, right? And essentially we started that. And then after probably 4 or 5 months of doing that, actually about 3 or 4 months, around March or April, I found a site called Upwork, and essentially I started doing remote freelance video editing. And what that means is somebody sends you footage, you edit it up and send it back, remote. I'm not in person, the client's not, next to me or whatever. They are sending me footage and I'm remotely video editing it and sending it back, right? Awesome. That started up and that took off even quicker. I think after about 6 months of doing that, I was making more money doing that than I was doing the videography, because the videography was pretty much at that time almost only nightclubs, and you can only shoot 1, maybe 2 nightclubs a week. Saturday you might be in the club, and maybe Friday and Saturday you're in the club. That would be a hectic weekend because you're getting home at 4 a.m., you sleep, then you go back to the club. I only ever did that maybe 1 time, right? Usually it was only 1 club a week. And the clubs started paying maybe towards the end of that year about £300 a pop. But think about it, we're splitting that, me and Noah, so that's £150 a week. So I'm only making maybe about £600 a month doing videography, but I was making like £1,500 a month doing freelance remote video editing on the internet because it was so much easier accessible. And that's what I mean by the MSI, right? Where if I was just a freelance videographer, it would have taken me a fair bit more time to actually build up a significant income that I could actually be living off of and contributing to rent and stuff like that. But the fact that I had 2 income streams right off the bat, remote freelance video editing, which was paying me about £1,500 a month, and videography, which was paying me about £600 a month, I was making about £2,100 a month at the age of 18 based on 2 different streams. But I guess the remote video editing would have been enough to survive off on its own, 1,500, but the videography, you know, wouldn't have been. I would have been struggling relatively, you know, 600 pounds a month, that's not a whole lot, you know what I mean? You need to make more than that, right? And also in 2017, around June, after I'd already started doing clubs and I'd already started doing freelance remote video editing, I decided to do YouTube. And I decided to come to YouTube or come back to YouTube because I had success as a YouTuber when I was a kid, about 15 years old. I built a channel to about 85,000 subscribers doing gaming videos. And then I left because I got bored and started the TQ9 TV production channel and stuff like that and started filming videos for rappers and then got into the freelancing. So I decided to come back to YouTube in June of 2017 and start teaching what I learned. So I was teaching, you know, how to go get club bookings. I was teaching, you know, how to actually reach out to clients through Upwork and stuff like that. And I decided just to essentially document or to, you know, document in the best way I could what had been going on and try and spread that knowledge around so that people could learn as well. And my first video onto YouTube kind of took off, right? It's got about 100 and something thousand views now, and it's literally titled How to Make Money Video Editing Online. And I'm literally just like, hey guys, I found a site called Upwork. It's doing great for me. You should try it too. Like, that's more or less the essence of the video, right? Which is pretty funny to look back on, right? And essentially, the YouTube started off around June 2017, and it started paying a tiny bit, right? Maybe after 6 months, you was getting a little 40 pound, 50 pound, 100 pound check, something like that. But really, the YouTube has only started significantly paying, talking, you know, thousands of pounds a month within the last 6 to 7 months, right? So that was a longer term play, 100%. The YouTube isn't something you just turn on. You know, video editing and videography, if you're watching this right now and you're like, oh wow, that's awesome that you're making money filming videos and editing, you could do that overnight, like more or less, you know, as long as you've got some sort of track record where you have some projects to show your ability, right? Like the screens are going off. Then you can relatively drum up business overnight. You could reach out to a business and say, hey, I want to come film a video for you. They say, come tomorrow. Now you're filming, right? Same with remote video editing. You could reach out to companies on Instagram, on Upwork and Instagram, to be honest. That's how I get some of my work now. That's why it jumped into my mind. And you could say, you know, you apply to the job and they hire you and then you could be paid tomorrow, right? Those are both very easily accessible. YouTube is something that's not so easily accessible because you really have to do loads of content, build a massive catalog of content, and then you pretty much make all your money on the back end, right? So after about 18 to 24 months of building the channel consistently, now I'm making significant money through it, you know, over $2,000 a month, 2.5 grand a month, you know, which is sweet, that's great. And in terms of one big check a month, that's, you know, it's amazing, to be honest, right? But the first two streams were able to carry me over to here. So I've been able to be a full-time video creator for the past nearly 3 years based on the sole fact that I had 3 different streams working for me at all times. So if one month my video editing wasn't killing it, my videography was. If the next month my videography wasn't, my video editing was. And nowadays, you know, the YouTube is taking the bulk of it, right? So nowadays, I'll make about 1,000 to 2,000 pounds a month doing freelance video editing and videography combined. But I make like 2 to 2.5 minimum a month doing YouTube, right? Because I built a catalog of over 600 plus videos that are all searchable, they're findable through search, and they're kicking money back to me. And the interesting thing about YouTube, which is totally worthwhile, is the fact that it's pretty much a passive income stream. It's close to a passive income stream. You still have to make the videos and put them out there and you know, market them correctly through SEO and thumbnails and titles, but I'll break it down to you. My most viewed video, top 3 best free video editing software, nearly 3 million views. That's made me about 12 grand over the past 8 months since it's been released, right? Was it 8 months ago? 2 seconds. Let me check the exact statistic. It might have been over 8 months. I'm not entirely sure. 9 months. There we go. 2.8 million views in 9 months. That video is maybe $12,000. And it doesn't all come in once. I've been getting consistent $1,500 checks every single month since I made that video. So I sat down for 10 minutes and recorded the video. I edited it for maybe 45 minutes, an hour, and I maybe planned it for 30 minutes before that. We're talking about 2 hours of total work put into it, and throughout the course of the next 9 months, I would be paid 12 grand for it. And throughout the course of the next 9 months, I'll be paid another 12 grand. That's 24 grand for 2 hours of work. Now, freelance videography and freelance video editing, it's not like that. You're only gonna be paid for the time that you're actually there, right? So I'm here at the desk, I got a project to work on, I'm editing. I'm only paid for the time I'm actually putting in the work. YouTube is a passive income stream for the fact that you can put in 2 hours of work on making a video, and that video can pay you consistent money going forward for months and months and months, if not years to come. But a crucial thing about that is evergreen content. You know what I mean? So this is content that is relevant today, as relevant as it was 9 months ago. So that's an interesting play where I'm uploading content that I want to be relevant in 1, 2, 6, or 10 years, right? Now, to be honest, 10 might be a little bit of a reach actually. I'm talking about maybe just 2 or 3. 2 or 3, if I could get the lifespan of a video going for like 2 or 3 years and get consistent money paying back to me for 2 or 3 years, that's a huge win to me. And that's the power of YouTube essentially. It is passive income. So you make the video once, it keeps ticking money back to you, right? And that's been sort of overtaking the other 2 income streams, but now it's at an interesting point. So to actually match the YouTube income, what I'd have to do with the freelance videography and video editing is essentially either up the prices to higher ticket clients, or I would have to increase the volume of work that I'm touching, right? Which is awesome at the end of the day. But if I was totally in it for the money, I would just stop doing video editing and videography, and I would just triple down on YouTube. I'd upload YouTube videos constantly every single day. And for a while, I was uploading every single day. From October 2018 to October 2019, I uploaded a video every single day. And that's played a crucial role in taking my income to where it's at. I remember when I first started uploading every single day, by far, remote video editing and videography were my biggest incomes. I was only making about $400 a month off of YouTube. And now I'm making about $4,000 a month off of YouTube, right? So it's a significant increase because of the fact that I uploaded every single day and built a massive catalog of evergreen content, meaning that it's still relevant today, as relevant as it was when I made it a year ago. And that right there has sustained or built up my 3rd income stream. But to summarize, how my video production business makes money: MSI, multiple sources of income, freelance video editing, freelance videography, and YouTube monetizing my content. And then YouTube has other revenue streams, other avenues where people will pay you for sponsored posts. So, so a company just sent me $500 the other day to make a sponsored post for them. That's sweet. That's maybe an hour I put into a video and make $500. That's sweet, right? So YouTube is something to build up, but it's not something that happens overnight. Freelance video editing and freelance videography is something you can drum up business very quickly for. YouTube is something you have to understand as a long-term play and put content out there, put work towards it, and then maybe the version of you in 18 to 24 months has a significant income stream. But I mean, it's tricky to keep going until that income stream kicks in, I'll be honest. But the people who can sustain it, they reap the rewards, and I'm reaping the rewards right now because I was able to sustain it. Bada bing, bada boom. That right there is the video done and dusted. I appreciate you guys tuning in. If you're interested or have any more questions, hit me on social media. Instagram is by far the most active, but the other ones I'm active as well. Drop me a message. I'll respond to you, help you out, whatever the case may be, or whatever your question is, whatever, maybe just follow me and just tune into what we're doing. Thank you guys for tuning in. I appreciate it. Have a nice day. Take it easy.
Invade King Beats.